Welcome, everybody, to It Tastes Different Gaming Appetizers. What's on the news today? Sony announces Xbox Rewards. PlayStation Stars. PlayStation Stars is their new loyalty program. It is, in all categories, it's a Microsoft Rewards program for PlayStation. They're going to do their little tweaks and their twists with it, which is great. They're going to basically do a lot of what Microsoft does right now. You can do game challenges and things like that for selected games. They're even going to do some selected game challenges for your region, like be the first to platinum in your region, and you will get X amount of points or things like that. I believe that's something Microsoft's really not doing. Oh yes, they are. They've been doing it since the beginning. I'm bothered by some of the comments from Sony because they say they're not in competition with Microsoft on this. But everything they're doing is a direct competition with what Microsoft currently does, which is not a bad thing, though. In my opinion, it's a good thing. Competition breeds better stuff for the gamers. So, Grace Chen of PlayStation, the vice president of network, says we wanted to create a program that honors that journey and that role that PlayStation may have had in someone's life. Yeah, just don't blow smoke. We wanted to do that the only way PlayStation can. Follow Microsoft. Kidding, it's a joke. The program named after stars because Sony liked their connotation of being unbound and limitless. It's an interesting program. It's very, very similar to Microsoft's rewards. You get points. You can earn tags. You can earn images for your gamer picks. You can use the points to go towards free, build up towards use for games and your subscriptions even. But let's jump to Nick on this one. And let's see what he thinks about PlayStation Stars.
Yeah, sign me up. I'm ready. It's about time that Sony did this. I was kind of surprised that Sony hadn't followed suit with Xbox Rewards and done a program like this already. I'm surprised it took them this long to come out with one because we've been doing Xbox Rewards for a long time, and I love Xbox Rewards, and I've always said, and I'm pretty sure I've said in the past, that I would love to see PlayStation do something similar because, the great thing about the Xbox Rewards is we collect those points throughout doing the different activities and various things, getting achievements or whatever the activities are. And then you cash those in for basically money onto the store and then use that money to buy a game with. Right. And so we've bought, and I know all of us and myself included have bought a lot of games at depending on how many points we have, at a pretty steep discount because we've collected so many points and then cash them all in for $20-$30 reward. And then there you go. You've either bought the game outright or you've taken a significant chunk out of the price of it and you're only spending like $10 on it out of a $40 game or something like that. Right. So it would be great to do that on PlayStation, to be able to collect points and do these other activities and stuff, unlocking trophies and whatever they have for their activities, and then utilizing those points to, buy subscriptions or to utilize them to buy games or whatever the case may be on there. Yeah, I'm all for it. So about time, Sony. It's about time. Yeah, I mean, you are right. They say they're not competing, but they're definitely competing. Game Pass or the PlayStation Plus membership that they came out with recently with their extra and premium tiers is basically a competition to Game Pass and what Game Pass is doing. And then this PlayStation Stars is basically that to the Xbox Rewards, right? But that's good. That's good for us gamers, right? That's a win-win for us. Like Shane said, more competition between them. And, these are two programs, Game Pass and Xbox Rewards, that Xbox has that are really good and really good for the gamer. And I'm glad to see that Sony's following suit with this, right? Of course, they're going to have their own spin on it, but at least they're following suit and giving more consumer friendly stuff back to the consumer. They've already raised their game prices to $70. At least we can get a little compensation in the Game Pass or the Game Pass equivalent type of thing that they're doing, or semi equivalent, and the Xbox rewards equivalent PlayStation stars. So at least we're getting some stuff from Sony. For a while, Sony's been a little stingy, but at least they're giving back to the community now with these programs and stuff. So I'm all for it. More of this, Sony, more of this. What about you, Pat?
Yep, and you knew they had to tie this into PlayStation Plus, right? If you're a subscriber to PlayStation Plus online, you will get additional points to spend in the PlayStation Store. Basically, something that a non-subscriber will not. So everything's going to subscription services anymore. Everybody's trying to get some type of subscription service, whether it's a rewards program or like Game Pass or PlayStation Plus. Everything is going that way. And these campaigns and stuff in PlayStation Stars is just going to be like the Microsoft journeys, the reward journeys and things like that they have. The only thing I didn't see in this article was, and there's not a whole lot of information on here, but it doesn't look like they're going to allow you to purchase credits like Game Pass, or not Game Pass, but Microsoft reward points do, where you could say, I want to spend 9,000 points and get a $10 gift card, things like that. That's not in here, but doesn't mean it's not going to be there on day one when it releases or later down the road. I love the little thing in the article where Chen had to basically say, we are, you could trade in for like 3D rendered representations of things like figurines of video games and such. But this is definitely not an NFT. Definitely not. You can't trade them or sell them. I had to laugh because I'm like, he didn't want any of that backlash for any non-fungible tokens and stuff. So I thought that was kind of funny and a good little move on their part. They weren't trying to make it a little trade 'em game or anything like that. Because I mean, a lot of, even like Steam does, I don't even know. I guess you could call them fungible tokens. The Steam rewards, are technically that you can trade them to other players, sell them for cash, sell them for like pennies and stuff like that. And so it would be interesting if it did something like that, because that'd be a cross between what Microsoft does and then what Steam does, right, with their rewards and points for buying games and things like that. But I agree, it's a good thing for them. I would like to get rewarded for playing games just like I do on Xbox. I would love to do it on PlayStation. So if I get to play God of War when it comes out and I get to earn points and that I could spend on other stuff, then I'll sign me up. I'm going to be playing the game anyway. Might as well get those points while I'm playing it. So it's always a great thing. And it's always a good thing when one big player in the market basically gets hit up by another one and says, we're going to have a competing product now so that you have to make yours better. So competition breeds better, right? If you compete with another product, things are going to happen. Prices are going to change. Services are going to get better. Because one's going to win out over the other one if services are bad in one or both or whatever. So Microsoft's already been doing it for years, and I've been a member for quite a while with the rewards, and it has done nothing. It's probably saved me hundreds, if not thousands of dollars at this point since I've had it. Because I'm always making sure that I get my free points and enough to get $10 credit every month, at least $10 credit every month. There's some months where I get 20 or 30. So it's definitely a good plan, and hopefully PlayStation's is just as lucrative. I don't play my PlayStation as much, so I don't anticipate that I'll be getting $10 and $20 worth of stuff every month. But hey, if I'm able to get $10 worth every couple of months, might be all right for them. I wish that maybe, I wish these companies would do something like some of the video games do, where as you earn the in-game currency, you can use it to spend on their subscription. Just pay for my Game Pass membership with my reward points, stuff like that. That would be kind of cool. What about you, Shane, man? Are you gonna, I know you don't really subscribe to PlayStation Plus unless you forget to unsubscribe, but does this sound like a good deal to you?
Hell yeah. I still haven't canceled my last time I signed up for it. So, yeah, I think it's
so you're going to get extra stars.
Oh yeah. Yeah. The problem is will I remember to turn on my PlayStation often enough to really gain it? Because my PlayStation is for first parties. Sony has amazing first parties, and that's what I use it for. So for me, I try to remember to get these points and go for these things. I will, but my basket's full because I do this with Xbox, and I use my Xbox a lot more. Um, and that's not a knock on PlayStation; it's just the way it is. I use my Xbox more. But being said, that might be a big benefit for people like me who, luckily enough to have both consoles and they don't fire at the PlayStation as much. But now we have more reason to because they're giving away these points and these little perks. And maybe they'll have something really cool in a 3D pick thing that I'll really want. And I'll just go for it. So that's more reason for me to turn on my PlayStation. I'm kind of wondering if they will look like the. Do you remember on the PlayStation 2? Was it 2? Yeah, when you put in your disc or your games or whatever, and you go into your memory card and you can see all the games you have. There's little 3D rendered spinning images that you get, Spyro and Metal Gear and all that. They all had that. And it was really cool. So I like the idea. That was my first thought when I saw those NFTs. I mean, sorry, not NFTs. So I was really happy. I know I bust the chops on PlayStation for they copied Microsoft a bit for the Game Pass, but it's great because that makes it better for the gamers. And they're going to copy anything. They're copying the best things. Microsoft ain't perfect, that's damn sure, but Sony's being smart. They're taking what's working and they're making it their own. And they're trying to keep that separation of not competition, but it is, and that's perfect because that's what we want as a gamer. So more power to him. Now I'm really interested to see how it's going to really work, though, because like Pat said, details are still fairly sparse on it. They say these things, but I want to really see something more solid about how the points will work. Like Pat said, can you trade them in for a $10 gift card to go towards XYZ? Will they allow you to use them towards your subscriptions? I mean, or is it just specifically for in-game purchases or XYZ of that nature? So I'm kind of interested to see how far they're going to go with it. But overall, I think it's a great ideal. I think Sony was smart to implement it. And Pat, Nick was right. I'm surprised it did take this long because Microsoft has been doing this for a long time now, and it's really truly benefited Microsoft and benefited the gamers. That's for sure. Because, like Pat said, we use those points all the time. And I buy more movies than anybody in this group. So I watch for those weeks where you buy like $3-4 movies or something like that, and you get like 2,500 points or whatnot. I live for those things, so I watch those, and I buy animes, and I buy regular movies and stuff like that, and then I get points for it. Plus regular games you buy, you get points. So if Sony's going to follow suit with this, that's awesome. I mean, will it encourage me more to be on my PlayStation? Yes, but it all depends on their implementation. So hopefully they're putting a lot of thought into it and not just trying to do a quick mock-up of what Microsoft's doing right now. So what about you, Nick? I mean, you are the only one who has subscribed to the PlayStation Plus package. So are you excited for your little 3D non-NFTs?
I am actually, I'm excited to get extra points. And I'm also excited to, that because I was thinking about that with the images or whatever, the non-fungible tokens. They're non-nots. They're not. But I was thinking about those, and it's like, that reminds me of the Xbox 360 when you would unlock stuff for like the avatar, and you would unlock various gamer picks and stuff like that when you played games. And that wasn't through a rewards program. That was just through achievements. And that's one thing I absolutely miss about Xbox now is they don't do that. And it's like, I wish they would do something like that, include more, not necessarily with the avatars, because you don't really see your avatar much anymore, but like I love the dynamic themes. So I'd like to see them do more with that and maybe mix that in with their rewards program. As well as, I don't know, maybe some gamer picks or something like that they could also include that you can unlock by doing various things and stuff like that. Maybe even include those back into the achievements, right? That was part of these games would include unlocking gamer picks and achievements and stuff. And that was really cool back in the day. So I kind of like the idea of that with PlayStation. I would like to see Microsoft kind of bring that back. But it will be interesting to see how PlayStation implements this and, how they go about it. But I was also thinking the same thing you were, Shane, about, I play my PlayStation quite a bit. I mean, I play my Xbox more, I think we all do, but I play my PlayStation probably more than you guys do. But, that might give me incentive to check out games that kind of like Game Pass does, right? I mean, there's certain games that come on the Xbox rewards because you get points even by playing certain games on Game Pass. That will accumulate towards your Xbox rewards. So, sometimes I'll check those and I'll be like, oh, this game's a part of the, if I play this, it's a part of the reward. Well, cool. I'll just go check it out real quick and then find out, oh, this is a really cool game. And I only did it because I wanted the points, right? But I ended up playing it longer because I found out it was a really cool game. So how they have this included in there might make me pick out or check out more games on PlayStation that I normally wouldn't because I could get points from it. So I'm like, okay, cool. I can go get that trophy real quick and get onto that game and then find that I really like it, or I end up getting the trophy but continue on with the game or something like that. So it's kind of like the incentive that Xbox gives you now with Game Pass, where you go out and you try these games because of the fact that you have Game Pass, but also because maybe the rewards program, it's part of that, or we're part of, sometimes Xbox has those rewards where if you play, it'll have like a certain series of games that are listed up. If you get an achievement in one of these games, you get the points. So that you're like, okay, well, I don't play any of these games up here, but I'll go ahead and check one out. And then you're like, oh, this is a cool game, and then Sony might have the same type of thing where more gamers will check out some of the games that maybe they didn't know exist or didn't want to play, that find out that they're actually worth playing. So yeah, all about it.
One thing I would really like to see them do. Go ahead, Pat.
I was going to say, it'd be cool if Microsoft did something more with I know they don't use the avatars anymore, but your gamer tag icon, like in Steam, you can buy cool borders for around your icon or like animated icons, I'm like, that'd be kind of cool to see that rather than just finding a random pick or putting a pick in from there. You can't do anything animated and stuff like that. So I really wish these guys would get back, Sony included, get back to more customization of your dashboard and console, because the animated themes seem to be an afterthought even on Xbox. So you're like, this is all I got, these two things, and I'd hardly call them animated at this point, but I'd like a little bit more customization and animation on my dashboard. But I understand that also takes away from some of the performance of the console when you do stuff like that. But that's just me. I like to see that stuff. Make it my own.
Yeah, I agree. I miss, right now, my avatar picture is a gorilla in a suit riding a unicorn or something like that. I miss the dynamic stuff, I always thought that was cool with your little avatar, having like the halo orb floating around edges and stuff like that. Those were cool. One thing I would like to see Sony do with this, though, is use the PlayStation Plus program and that stars. So let's say, they have stars, you earn so many points for playing a PlayStation Classic, a PlayStation 1 or 2 game. Get people to go back and play a few of the old ones. The big popular ones. Oh, yes, Pat. Yes, you want that. You know it. Go back and play some old school Metal Gear, Final Fantasy. Dark Cloud is on this PlayStation Plus. If you complete the first disc, you get 100 points or something like that. I think that would be great because that would encourage people to play older games. Plus, it would get developers to look at that if people really liked it, to bring those games back. I love the old stuff, though. I mean, because I saw that Dark Cloud was on the PlayStation Plus program, and I was like, oh, man, I got to have that. So, but that's just me. I'm really happy that Sony's decided to roll this way, but let's see how they truly implement it, because Sony they still make some pretty greedy decisions, but they're getting better. Like Nick pointed out earlier, they're finally giving a little bit back after taking a lot. So let's see how that works. You guys have anything else you want to talk about? All right. All right, guys. Well, let us know what you think about the PlayStation Stars program. Are you interested? Not interested? What's your feelings on it entirely? Do you think it will be a hit or a miss? Are you on your PlayStation enough? Let us know. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with your friends and all that good stuff. Make sure you hit that notification button down there, and we will see you next time. See ya.